Back of the boat?
Yeah, when you're on the front of the boat in UMF, the last thing you want to feel is that boat shift and turn around and see the guy bowed up on one on the back deck. And that's exactly what Boyd did to me the second quarter. And Boyd's a big guy, and that big white rod's doubled over. I'm like, man, this is not good for me. So, all right, this sucks.
Getting a little later in the day, and fishing's getting a little better, hopefully. So, you just chunk and wind, man, and hope. You don't really know. It's, you don't know where to throw. You're just throwing.
Well, Bryan Thrift looked like he had it going on. He caught 3 or 4 fish out here with one keeper throwing a square bill crankbait. Duckett picks up that lipless crankbait. He's got it going on right now. He's caught a couple of nice keepers. One of them was about a 4-pounder. That's the largest bass of the competition thus far.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah.
Another fish.
It looks like another decent fish.
All right, this sucks.
Holy cow. It could be the difference between that lipped crankbait and the lipless crankbait. But right now, Boyd Duckett's got it going on from the back of the boat.
Indeed.
If that fish measures, and I think it's going to, that'll be number 3 for Boyd Duckett. He has turned this thing around on a dime.
Hell, we'll just stay here and fish.
That's fishing. I mean, I gotta give myself a chance to catch fish also. This is the best place I found. So. In your mind, especially like his first quarter where he's fishing and he never caught a keeper, I'm thinking, well, what do I need to do to try to put the nail in the coffin my second quarter and go ahead and close this thing out? That's what I'm thinking. And that was one of the things that made me go to the place I went to. I knew he would have a chance to catch them there just as well as I did, but also I would have an opportunity to maybe get way ahead. And that was my thinking on that deal.
Thank you, Mr. Duckett. That one was over the line. The wind almost saved you on that one, Duck. Otherwise, it'd been way over the line.
The wind, I just think he's wrong as hell. I'll just be honest with you. The wind blew it 10 yards to the right. I think he's sitting there bored with nothing to do and said, hey, I'm just going to call one.
Yeah, you got me.
I've been with him before.
Fish on for the boat. Looks like another keeper.
Keeper.
That's number 3 for Bryan Thrift. This match is close.
Well, you can see in the background, Bryan Thrift is putting bass number 3 in the live well. Caught him on that square bill. He's staying true to that square bill, but back behind him, I'm seeing some shad school up and some fish are busting on him. So he hasn't been this far up in the flat.
That's a good cast, Bryan, but that's the end of the period.
Well, that's the end of my first period. Had a pretty solid game plan if I could defend it, but the type of fishing I was planning on doing, there's really no way to defend it. It's still anybody's game, Boyd's got a quarter and then I get the last quarter, so hopefully he'll be nice to me like I was to him and let me catch a couple behind him next quarter.
It just goes to show you that you're not shut out when you're in the back. Good things can happen, especially this style of fishing. When you're fishing the open water bays like he and I both were, it really promotes, guy in the back doesn't have as good a chance, but he has a chance. And there's a lot of styles in ultimate match fishing when, in all honesty, you shut that guy down for an hour and a half. But we didn't, neither one of us fished that.
Boyd Duckett traveled 25 minutes north on Chickamauga Lake, and he's fishing a big flat off the main river. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he's found here, but it darn sure better be good after burning that much time off the clock.
Jeez, man, what have I done wrong?
Now, if you're just joining us, here's a look at some of our first half action. Cold front conditions and 2 lost opportunities resulted in a first quarter that Boyd Duckett would probably like to forget.
He's a hair short.
But it's amazing what a difference a quarter can make. In the second quarter, Bryan Thrift took control, and immediately the action picked up for both he and Duckett. At the half, both anglers had 3 keepers in the box with only ounces separating their weights. Boyd Duckett did manage to ring up 1 penalty, and in a match this close, it could very well have an impact.
Blew it 10 yards to the right.
I think it was a smart move, Boyd making that long run to start his third quarter. And the thing is, we knew we were both close, and he knew the area he was going had potential to produce a big fish, and he knew if he went in there and caught it, he was going to really put the heat on me for the fourth quarter.
Fish on for the boat. I can't even emphasize how important this fish is. I'm Joe Thomas, and the third quarter is now underway. And what I would consider a bold move, Boyd Duckett traveled 25 minutes north on Chickamauga Lake. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he's found here, but it darn sure better be good after burning that much time off the clock.
I didn't know how much more Bryan had down on that part of the lake, and I felt certain I could catch two decent keepers in that area where I ended up. There was a lot of fish in there in practice, and it was my second best school. And I felt fairly certain I could catch two fish in there, and maybe a big one. I caught a big one in there in practice. Then you know, he'd have to work hard in the fourth period to catch up with me. There he is.
Fish on for the boat.
Oh,
He's taking his time with it. It might be a keeper. Oh yeah. I think that could be number 4 for Boyd Duckett. It's gonna be close.
oh yeah, definitely a keeper.
I think so. Oh yeah.
Well, the bold move paid off, and Boyd Duckett strikes almost as soon as he gets up here and sets up in this grassy area.
I try to keep an eye on Boyd. Like here in UMF, I'm fishing on the back. He's hitting everything, 2 or 3 casts. You know, I'm getting first shot at absolutely nothing. So I try to pay attention to every cast he makes. I probably watch what he's doing more than I watch what I'm doing when I'm on the back of the boat. And if he misses a 3-foot stretch, I make sure I make that cast. If he doesn't throw in a certain area, I make sure that's where I throw, because I know if there is one there, it hasn't been fooled with, and I'm going to get first shot at it.
There we go. Fish on back of the boat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This looks like it might have some meat on it.
Oh, good one too.
It's a good one. Boyd Duckett didn't need to have this happen. Bryan Thrift. He's going to sneak one in.
Oh, it's a big one too. It's a big one.
He's going to sneak one in, and it's a good one if he can get it in the boat.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Barely hooked.
Oh, got him.
He's got it. Oh, look at that one.
Man, look at
Woo,
that.
what a fish.
A big one.
That is huge.
Oh my goodness.
Barely hooked. I needed that big time.
Yep.
Get you back for catching my big one, boy.
That's a big one there, buddy.
I don't know what to say, Boyd.
Well,
We're even. That's what you say.
we're even.
He caught my big one. I got his. We're even. It's clean slate from here on
All
out.
jacked up in here with about 107 boats driving in and out. You can't. My boat ain't set up right. I ain't fishing where I want to fish.
Huge. That was
It's
absolutely
a freaking circus.
You talk about a game changer. It's one thing to catch a big bass, but to do it out of the back of the boat, that is huge. Boyd Duckett has got to catch him now.
Well, guys, you just saw a great bass caught, and this year on UMF, there's a Strike King Big Bass Award. Here's the way it works. The angler in each match this season, Strike King Lure Company is going to donate $500 to the Catch a Dream Foundation.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like that was a gift. I'll take it.
End of the period. That's a good cast, Bryan.
Smash that 5-pounder, dude.
You too.
Yeah, that was a game changer.
Guys, get ready for this. The fourth quarter begins now. But wait a second. We've got to throw it to Joe Thomas. He's with our anglers right now.
Thanks, Fish. You know, Boyd, sometimes you live by the sword and you die by the sword, and today the sword was definitely in the back of the boat.
That's just how it is sometimes. You know, it's the style of fishing that we're doing, this open water deal. It's kind of anything goes for either guy.
Well, speaking of anything goes, this is ultimate match fishing, and you're in control of the boat going into the fourth quarter, and you obviously have a lead, and you got a big decision to make. What are we going to do?
I think we're going to go ahead and cut it off and go ahead and call the match and go weigh them up.
Well, I've seen this guy in both ends of the boat, and I don't blame you a bit. Fish, it's back to you.
Thanks, Joe. I got to tell you guys, this thing is officially over after we weigh the bass. We're going to take it back to Blue Water Marina and Lodge.
Even with tough cold front conditions, Lake Chickamauga delivered again today, Fish, but it delivered from the back of the boat.
It did. It was the Triple B, the battle from the back of the boat, and these guys both caught their fish standing on the stern.
But the big news is, Brian, with 4 bass weighing 1349, you're going to be our 4th angler to advance to the semifinal round. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Brian. Great job.
Hey, let's take it over to Fish Fishburne. He's with our winner, Bryan Thrift, right now for this week's Frog Togs Match-Changing Moment.
This week's match-changing moment is presented by Frog Togs, designed for you, created for the outdoors.
I love the way the moment is defined by one single cast from the back of the boat. Tell me about it.
Oh man, that was awesome. That third period, Boyd's on the front deck, fired a crankbait out there, catch a 6.5 pounder. That's game over right there. That's game over.
Great job, brother. We'll see you in the semifinals.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm Joe Thomas. Thanks for watching. And remember, next week, our semifinals begin on Pelican's Ultimate Match Fishing.
Can I do it like this? Good. Welcome back to Ultimate Match Fishing, brought to you by Pelican Cases.